back to the Football Terrace. This is not Fan Park Live. Thank you all very much for tuning in. What a great night in the Champions League. Paris Saint-Germain 2, Man City 0. Lionel Messi with an absolute wonder goal. Make sure you're smashing that like and share button, people. We are doing phone-ins tonight as well, so you can phone up. You can have your say. That is my laptop. You can just see there as it stands. I'm just checking it's all working. It's all good. I'm making sure the live comments are coming through. What are we saying here? Turn the volume up. Turn the volume up, everyone's saying. I can't control. Can you not hear us? You hearing us fine? A lot of people are saying volume. I don't get it. Javern's going to sort that out for us right now. What are we saying here? Volume is low. Audio. The stream worked fine earlier. What's going on, Jay? Hello. Is that working better, people? Let me know. I can hear it a little bit better now. There we go. But look, what a great night in the Champions League we have had. I'm here with the boys in the studio. Man like Neeks, man like Adam Charles. How's it going, boys?
Good to be back, man.
Yeah,
Good
man.
to be back.
NFPL. NFPL, bro. Non-Fan Park Live. Not Fan Park Live.
I hear you on that. A few people saying it's good.
It's
And then some people saying it's perfect. There we go. But listen, smash that like and that share button. Big night in the Champions League this evening. And lads, I mean, what we are going to have to speak about, I thought there was a problem in here because police, just as we go, do you know what I mean? It's because I said Fan Park Live on the air. Oh, no, they're coming to get me. They're coming to get me. But yeah, what a good result for Paris Saint-Germain tonight. And Lionel Messi finally turns up. Finally arrives, I should say. Finally arrives.
Yeah, Ronaldo got him out of the cave and the hole that he was hiding.
It was a real good performance. I mean, and some of the other results tonight as well. Liverpool 5, Porto 1. They're on fire at the moment.
They looked so dangerous this season. I'm not going to say I'm worried, but I'm concerned.
Yeah, I mean, the Liverpool, look, they've had a really, really good start to the season. There's no doubt about that at all. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say I'm concerned, but like...
You shit yourself.
No, yeah, I am. Because they're one of the teams we were like, I don't know how good they're going to do this year, how they're going to respond. And they've been absolutely phenomenal to start. And there's been some shock results tonight as well in the Champions League. Looking here, you know, FC Sheriff, is it pronounced?
Yeah. Bloody Sheriff.
My story, Woody FC.
That's right.
I know.
Gone to Real Madrid, away from home as well, you know.
I know. Beating Real Madrid 2-1. You had AC Milan and Atletico very, very close to one another.
Yeah.
Leipzig lose to Club Rouge at home. There's some really big results tonight. Dortmund win 1-0. I'm just clicking on that now. Who scored?
Haaland or Jude?
No, Jude got an assist. Marlon got the goal, so none from him.
I love Jude, man.
We have a super chat here that says, love today's shows. City need a main striker to hold the ball up or be the focal point, lackluster in the final third. Yeah, look, something wrong with City. I mean, I have to say this. I want to start with the City game first of all. We are going to talk Liverpool a little later. We're going to share the link soon for you to phone in and have your say this evening as well, people. Get those super chats into us as you always would, as you would on normal match reviews. But like, City, something wrong with them.
I think, I mean, the super chat makes a good point is that I think they lack a focal point. And you saw there's a lot of times, especially Mahrez, go onto the edge of the box or he comes on his left foot and he wants to put a cross in. But there's no one to put a cross into. You're going to put it to Grealish, to Sterling. Obviously, they had one header from Sterling that went hit the bar. Bernardo Silva should have finished the follow-up. But they haven't got a focal point, and they're having to be, we know they're very intricate and etc. But it's like they have to score the perfect goal to score. And then at this level of football, and Pep will know this, you're not always going to score the perfect goal. And PSG defended very, very well. And you need someone that can just create something out of nothing. You know, individual
and they had that. And look, I thought City were lucky as well tonight in the sense of they should have gone down to 10 men. Absolute cast iron red card for KDB. And when you consider the
guys,
you don't think it's a red?
Listen, I guess by the I don't want it to be a red, and it's an orange for me.
Watch it.
It's an orange for me.
You see, for me, I don't want it to be a red either.
But consistency.
But yeah, consistency. There was certain decisions even in the Euros. I'm like, no, he got the ball, and he just happened to but they gave red cards for it. The week before or 2 weeks, Aaron Wan-Bissaka did exactly the same challenge.
That's fair enough.
He was actually lower on the guy's foot, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, because obviously how it just came in underneath. But it's exactly the same challenge. Wan-Bissaka gets a red card. Kevin De Bruyne gets a yellow. but there's still VAR. So I understand if the referee makes a different decision on the pitch, but VAR should be consistent across the board, and it's not.
No, it's absolutely spot on. And for me, that's the bit that I found frustrating is when you see you actually look at the tackles. AWB was, as you say, between the foot and the ankle. This was on the shin bone, on the shin bone of the player. No VAR looking at it. It's, Man United are now without AWB for the next game. And by the way, rightfully so.
It'll probably help you, though.
Let's
be honest. It'll probably help you out. But anyway,
but it's just frustrating to see. There's another super chat here from, make sure you get those super chats in, people. This is from Robert, who says, a bit unrelated to England, but there's a new sheriff in this town. Hey, loving that. How 3 times Champions League winners have fallen.
Yeah.
What? Well, I think it means a free-peat. The free-peaters, I think he means. I think there's a few more than 3. KC here with the super chat says, Pep outcoached Poch. This is what happens when an actual GOAT creates a goal himself, unlike that trash Cristiano Ronaldo who can't dribble properly. Messi is the butcher of the Premier League. Had Pep waited one day instead of signing the overrated English crap Grealish, is what KC's saying here.
He's an idiot. That's what he is. Bruv, like Casey, you need to recognize greatness in it. Messi's good, yeah, but Ronaldo, different gravy. You can talk about he can't dribble and all this blah 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 blah, but ultimately,
I mean, he should have about 2 or 3 penalties from dribbling past the post.
Bruv, he should
already. So
he should have had a couple. I don't even support Man United, but like, come on, man, that West Ham game, he should have had a couple penalties himself. But for just to touch on Man City quickly, I think Raheem Sterling tonight, poo-poo. The difference between England Raheem Sterling and City Raheem Sterling is like chalk and cheese, and he actually got eaten up tonight, and I don't understand how he could score so freely for England. Well, I say freely, but yet couldn't even make the ball stick today. I don't understand.
He's got Harry Kane.
Damn.
Do you know what? He looks, Raheem Sterling legitimately looks finished at City.
I think there's a few players like that, like Bernardo Silva. No, I'm not even saying he looks finished, but he's finished. His time is up.
Yeah.
Pep's trying to move him on.
Yeah, he wants to refresh the team.
I remember in the summer, you were saying you think they're trying to move on Sterling as well. I think there's a few players. That's why you got, I would say, why did you go and sign Grealish for 100 million? But it's probably because he wants to move on.
Yeah.
Bernardo Silva.
And better to get him now.
Bernardo Silva's actually putting in performances to say, maybe we can keep him. Sterling's not putting in those performances. So I don't know what they're going to do, because when you think about it, he has been their best goal scorer.
What, Sterling? Yeah.
And if they don't have a striker, when I say best goal scorer, outside of Aguero, of course, if they don't have a striker, who's going to get their goals?
Yeah. Look, I just look at Raheem Sterling, and I'm seeing a player who he's just gone past his sell-by date at that club. This was a guy that was scoring so freely, so regularly, so easily, so simplistically for 2.5, 3 years.
All right.
And then for nearly 12 months now, he's gone. He's just finished.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah. Shoot me. I don't mind. But the goals that Raheem Sterling was scoring, I feel like any player could be scored. I'll
tell you why. Because why is nobody scoring them now?
Because they're not making the same chances.
No,
if they're making the same chances, I promise you, Brandon Williams will score those chances.
No, but I would argue no one else is making the runs that he was making, because a chance is created by 2 things: the passer and the runner. If the run is not made, the pass is inconsequential.
You can coach the run, man.
Well, no, you can. You're right, and I think Pep coached the run into him.
Yeah,
and that's how.
That means it's not innate ability from Sterling.
No, but
it's just
coaching. But
from Pep.
Sane wasn't scoring the level that he was. Mahrez ain't scoring the level that he was. Bernardo Silva wasn't scoring the level that he was. Even Jesus, who's supposed to be the striker, wasn't scoring the level that he does. So yes, it might not be natural technical ability that's getting in those goals, but the ability to know and to learn when to make those runs, where to make those runs, what position to be in. That is the optimal movement is a skill in and of itself.
Fair enough. I agree with you on that one. I do have to agree. But I do think that there's any player who's coachable, who's malleable enough to take on what their manager's saying, is really going to get into those positions.
No, I would agree, but without taking away, Sterling does have good dribbling ability, for example.
Fair enough.
But no, I agree. I think yeah, as long as you are coachable, then you can get into those positions to score goals. You have to ask how many of the City players are coachable in that aspect. You can coach them to do this, you can coach them to do that, but to actually have the instinct to go and score, he's developed that over the last couple of years, and it's been very beneficial to see.
No, it has. I just sometimes feel people have a sell-by date at a club. Yeah. I don't even think it's any deeper than that. We're going to do some of these super chats here. I don't want to miss them all. Victor Lang says, what a goal from Messi. New sheriff in town. What Super League. Florentino, you can play more farmers. Taz here says, Curtis Jones masterclass, 4 assists in the Champions League.
Swear.
Yep. 4 assists from him tonight.
Is Curtis Jones generational?
We'll move on to Liverpool a little bit later. We'll do these super chats first. We'll come back to Liverpool later. Smash that like button for us, people. The return of Not Fan Park Live is here. Lang and Sweet, we missed this super chat earlier, but he says, Man City was a better team, in my opinion. We just didn't take our chances. Fair play to Paris Saint-Germain. It's football. You might have played the better football. I mean, I didn't actually look at the statistics throughout the course of the whole game, if I'm being honest. We were having too much of a good time eating and chilling and whatever else we do here, whatever else we do here on the terrace, right? But in terms of possession, I mean, 53 to this. I mean, you did have, I mean, this is the point though, 18 shots to 16. There was a lot tonight. What was the accuracy though? 7 on target to the 3 of PSG. You had the better play tonight, City, but that's not what football's about, really. Ray says Madrid lost to a prison team. Wow. Centurion's 100 points says this game wasn't really important. You could see he has one eye on the Liverpool game. We didn't even play badly. Another day, we win this.
Sorry. Whoa. Stop. You played Walker, Diaz, Laporte, Cancelo, Edison, Bernardo, Rodri, De Bruyne, Mahrez, Sterling, Grealish. Which one of those players tells you that he wasn't taking this game seriously? What? Ferran Torres? Oh, yeah, he's the key. He's going to be the one. Come on, let's be honest. The team that played today is going to be nigh on the team that plays against City, Liverpool on the weekend. He took it seriously. And you have to take it seriously, the Champions League.
Mate, you do, and he did take it seriously tonight, Pep. You could see his face. I mean, the goal, by the way, like, let's not get away from Gana Gay's goal. I mean, his goal was sensational as well. What a strike from him. But that was the difference tonight. It was star quality at the right moments. And PSG contained. They defended well. They were resolute. They actually did what a lot of us don't think Paris Saint-Germain can do too often. And that was actually stay disciplined. Like the discipline element is what they get criticized for being so bad at. And the discipline was very, very good indeed tonight. No doubt about it whatsoever. But yeah, look, from my point of view, I'm looking at City this season, and look, I'll stick 5 past bad teams, 6 past bad teams. But the test is going to be this Liverpool match.
This is the litmus
let's
test.
See what they can do in terms of breaking teams down and scoring goals, because right now they just look goal shy to me. They look goal shy. As far, look, yes, I know they beat Chelsea, but it was 1-0. It wasn't like they battered them. There's a comment from Jesse Dyer. It says, glad to have Not Fan Park Live back. My favorite format. Cheers, fellas. Not a problem at all. We're already calling that this week, so we haven't thought of a new name for it. So viewers, if you want to help us think of a new name, that would be amazing. Not Fan Park Live was purely to stop me from being sued. No one's suing us. It's a joke. Don't know. To be fair, Juan here says, Terry seeing PSG body City makes me happy. I was in Terry. Seeing City, PSG body Man City makes me happy. But mad also, Tuchel should have attacked them. The defense isn't as strong as it looks. Come on, you Blues.
No, I think that's different because the way they approached that game with Chelsea is completely different to the way they approached the game today. They pressed City high, Chelsea high. They didn't press PSG in the same way that they pressed Chelsea. So the defense is the same.
But let's be honest. I would approach it different as well. If I've got Mbappe on the counter.
Of course you would.
Versus Tiny Wiener, Timo Werner on the counter. I would approach it differently as well. Give him more the space, he's not going to score.
That's it.
Yeah, I do hear you on that. We're going to go to your calls very, very soon. Keep smashing that like buttons. Get it past 1,000 likes tonight on the show. KC says, have some shame. Actual stats show CR7 is not a top 20 dribbler. Never was. lived off Modric.
Never
Real-
was. Oh, Casey, give it a rest. Bro,
Yeah,
please.
never was. Reached a semi, won league. Juve reached the quarter once. Quarterfinal once with him. Casey is literally saying Ronaldo is overrated. Do you know what's mad though? Like, and I do it we were doing it in here for a laugh every time Messi didn't do something. We're like, fraud. Like, but as soon as Ronaldo does something, I told you Messi's crap. Messi does something, told you Ronaldo. Like, it's just I love it to be
You know
fair.
the crazy thing is though, Casey, to say this on a Champions League night is actually embarrassing from you. Like, keep bringing it, keep saying it. But Ronaldo is the Champions League GOAT. If you want to debate any other GOAT,
That's it.
international GOAT, club football GOAT, whatever you want to, Champions League GOAT, undeniably Ronaldo is the greatest ever player. You can't argue with it.
You
Can't
actually
argue.
can't, bro. And to say that, how old is Ronaldo now? 37. Something like that.
He's young, man. He's young.
To say that he's not a top 20 dribbler now, bro. Of course he isn't. Like the profile of
maybe
player,
all the 37-year-olds
Do
who
you know
are the
what I
top
mean?
20.
He's not a dribbler
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah.
He doesn't do that.
It's crazy. Chuck here says Sterling is like Pedro at Barcelona under Pep. Both are limited players who thrive and score on similar goals due to a super system. Yeah.
I take it.
I heard
Are you back in the day? I used to think Pedro was world class.
Pedro was cold.
Yeah.
Went back in Barcelona.
Honestly, and it's only when I started clocking football, I thought, wait, he actually might be a system player, you know.
We wanted him. Do you remember?
No, we did.
I think
We
it was under
LVG, and then we pulled away because the Martial deal became a possibility. So I still don't know who got the best deal out of that. No, I think we did, to be fair.
Yeah, I'll take Martial.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, Adam.
We-
What did Pedro do for Chelsea?
He scored against United once, I think.
Martial scored 2 against Chelsea in one game.
This is true. Sam says Ronaldo is a poor man's Jota.
Idiot.
Poor man's Jota, he says. My word, my word, my word. Poor man's Jota. Micah here. Another all-English final this year for the third time out of the last 4 is what Michael's asking a question. What are you all saying about that?
I'm not so sure about that.
Who would it be, bro?
Well, okay.
Who would it be?
First and foremost, I think PSG are going to be there.
Yeah.
So that's all. That already rules out the all English.
Yep.
And then, I mean, as it's going right now, you're saying Liverpool,
Yeah.
but Chelsea are the
Yeah.
champions.
It's for me, it's between Liverpool and Chelsea.
Yeah,
But I couldn't tell you because it's a tournament, Liverpool.
yeah.
Oh, but even then,
I mean, Chelsea won it last
that's
year.
what
so,
I mean. Like, I don't
okay,
know.
you said-
I don't know.
But I think PSG have to be there, and Pochettino, he has to. And I think for me, you know, tonight is massive for Pochettino.
Yeah.
He can't lose with Messi in the team.
Honestly.
like Oli lost with Ronaldo, and all the talk is you can't lose with Ronaldo.
That's it.
It's the same
That's
energy.
it.
It's exactly the same
That's
thing.
it.
You cannot lose when you got Messi in the team.
Bro, if he
Pressure.
doesn't get to the final, at least if he doesn't win it, but all that. If he doesn't win it, he's a dead manager. He's finished. He's finished.
He would probably have to go unbeaten in Ligue 1. Just to have a chance of keeping it jointed over the Champions League.
Mate, it's crazy. We are going to talk Liverpool a bit later. There's a super chat here from Philip Hunt who says Salah overtakes Kaka, Rooney, and Eto'o. Insane. Listen, I've been saying about Mo Salah for a long time now. He's one of the most underrated players in Premier League history. Keeps breaking records. But do you know why he's underrated though? And he'll always be underrated until Liverpool fans identify him for what he is, and that is. What are you laughing at? What are you laughing? Until Liverpool fans recognize him as the best player they've had in the Premier League era, no one else is going to. You can't. This is Liverpool. The way Liverpool fans talk about Mo Salah infuriates me because they talk about him like the best thing ever, but they won't say he's the best thing ever because it elevates him above 2 or 3 players they love more.
Like who?
Gerrard,
Ooh.
Torres,
Ooh.
Suarez.
Ooh.
I've heard them all. And even if some
Carragher.
some
I've heard them all.
some even say
Like-
he's not even the best player right now, i.e. Van Dijk is better. Some say Henderson. So it's like if you're struggling as a Liverpool fan to categorically say he is our best ever or even best right now, no one else says it.
Yeah.
I mean, I might even say it
What? That he's the best.
for them ever, not the Premier League.
Yeah,
But-
Premier League era, Premier League era,
Fair,
Premier League
fair.
era. He's the best. The records that he holds, the consistency that he's had, and the quality, the level of trophy that he's won, and the fact that Liverpool fans were also telling us, and I know that this is about teams, and Gerrard would have done very well in this team. but they were like pushing the notion for a couple of years of best team in the Premier League history. So let's just say we all agree with everything Liverpool fans have said. Mo Salah, one of the most consistent players over a 5-year period.
Which is true.
He holds so many records for an inside forward stroke winger in terms of goals, opening day goals. Now, gone past Rooney's Champions League record, Ballon d'Or winner, Kaka's Champions League goal scorer, Eto'o's Champions League goal scorer. Well, according to this,
that's big.
Just saying this, I haven't checked whether that's true or not, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just going by Philip Hunt's comment, right? All these things he's done, but they just won't say the words, our best Premier League player. And but I mean this with, I'm being serious. I'm going to sit back when I say this and look in the camera. Welcome to Not Fan Park Live. Is this, until you recognize him as your best, no one else is going to call him your best. Like no one can. It doesn't work like that. Like none of you are going to go, oh, you know what, Freya is Terry's best child. Until I admit she's the best child. Do you know what I mean? She's the best child. Jackson's always hitting me. And Archie's all good. Who do I prefer? No, I don't. It's Freya just because she's a girl. Like, and that's a very sexist thing to say, but I prefer. But no, listen, Mo Salah is absolutely amazing. Wazza10 here, another super chat. He says, if it wasn't for Benzema, there would be no Ronaldo.
But Ronaldo was Ronaldo before Benzema even came on the scene. We tried to buy Benzema from Lyon in 2009. Ronaldo already won the Ballon d'Or. What are you talking about?
I know.
Because Arsenal fans will tell me that it was Ozil who made Ronaldo. So which is it? Ozil? Is it Benzema? Is it Modric and Cruz? I can't work. Maybe there actually has to be 11 players on the pitch to win.
The irony in it is that like it's the number of goals that it's funny even now with Ronaldo tap in. And why if it's so easy, why is everybody not tapping in all them goals?
Bro, it's not even tap-ins though.
I know it's not.
Do people watch Ronaldo?
I know it's not. Joshua Jack here says, I honestly think one of PSG or City are going into the Europa League.
Nah, he could be right though.
So what's in the group? Is it
Club Brugge
and
Leipzig?
Well, the only way that can happen for me is if Leipzig turn up. I can't see Club Brugge keeping this look. I know they've won 2 in a row now. 2 in a row? No. One.
They drew one. Yeah.
I can't see them keeping this up to go ahead of Man City or PSG. Leipzig need to come to the party and take some points off Man City and PSG.
Yeah, they do. They need to turn up and do a little something in relation to that. We have some more super chats here to look at. First one here is from Oba, who says, I remember back in the days when I wanted attention, I'd go and flirt with a lady, but these mofos out here hating on my guy, CR7, outrageous. Listen, it's a bit of banter there. It's a bit of banter. We've got some more super chats here. We are talking Liverpool. We're going to go to phone calls very, very soon. Jerome says Liverpool fans will not be saying that because they have a history of great players for their club. Mo Salah is already a legend, though. And do you know what, Jerome? You're right. They do have a long history.
Why does that mean he can't be the best?
But I'm limited it to Premier League era because I'm not going to get into a debate with the stars
like Ian Rush and Kenny Dalglish
and Keegan's and that. Like these guys were serious players and they won the trophies. I'm talking Premier League era. Mo Salah is the best player they've had over how long has he been there now? 4 or 5 years. Over that period, he has been, and I'm including Gerrard in this. He has been more consistent in that time period than Gerrard was. The goals that he scored, the trophies that he's won, and the records that he's broke. I am not This is the maddest bit. I'm a Man United fan praising Liverpool and Mo Salah, and I'm being called a hater for it. Mm-hmm. I don't understand. Mo Salah is the best player I've ever seen in a Liverpool shirt. Period.
Above Van Dijk.
Van Dijk's amazing. But again, Van Dijk he did 18 months to 2 years at the world-class level. He got injured. He would have carried on, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Mo Salah's been doing it for longer.
Yeah, straight. Fair enough.
Consistency. And then the only thing Gerrard has over Salah is longevity. It's the only one. So when I look at all the things that I rate players on, the longevity isn't quite there with Mohamed Salah yet. But you give him what he needs and what he deserves. You give him that £400,000 a week, which a player of Mo Salah's quality in this market deserves. He stays for another 5 years. He gives you another 4 to 5 years of this level of consistency. And then you're getting towards a decade of having the best player in your Premier League history. He will, as long as FSG invest, he'll win more trophies, he'll win more titles, and their minds will be changed as far as I'm concerned.
I, for one, hope he doesn't get that contract.
Oh, I hear you on that. I do hear you. Mount got crucial goals and assists in the quarters, semi, and final in the Champions League last year at 22. Eyes on nation's darling Grealish this year. Listen, you're right. There has to be eyes on 100 million pound players. There has to be eyes on 100 million.
He didn't get a sniff today, man. The referee wasn't giving no fouls. I think I'm sure they were brief. So listen, this guy goes over. He wins a lot of fouls, whatever, and they said I'm not going to give him nothing.
Yeah, 100%. Baz here says PSG actually played as a team. Maybe they are the real deal and not just individuals. And inshallah, Poch got Neymar and Mbappe pressing. Do you know what I would say, Baz? Like, that's what I was impressed with Paris Saint-Germain tonight. They did play as a team. They played as one. They played as a unit. The Podfather says it's the same way United fans would pick Eric and Ronnie over Scholes. Salah has to drag them to a title. Consistency and records aren't enough.
He's done it. Where have you been? They've won the league title, bro, and Salah was integral. Where have you been?
And the Champions League. And Salah was integral. And as a matter of fact, Liverpool fans will say the only reason they didn't win the Champions League in 2018 was because Salah got injured.
Oh, that's what the shoulder.
Yeah.
I mean, we were there for my brother. Carrier-escape. Honestly, I remember the way me and you laughed.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie.
We both.
That was my lowest football moment. I celebrated when Carrier let it in.
Bruv, when he threw Benzema's leg. I mean, when it happened, it was like, oh wow,
I was shameless for that.
Wow, it was a big night.
I used to hate you lot, but it's all right. I love you guys now, though.
There's a super chat here that says, please check this stat out. From 100 Mo Salah Premier League goals for Liverpool, 45 do not have an official assist. His teammates set him only 50% of his goals. The rest are all him.
I mean, I hear you. It's probably not 50%. Some of them might be.
Is that real?
Some of them could be a rebound. Someone shoots and he taps in the rebound. It doesn't go down as an official assist. But even if you were to cut it in half, it shows that people just say, "Oh yeah, he's just a goal scorer." No, he's actually decent on the ball. I mean, he's not Hazard on the ball, but he's good on the ball.
So this is my question, isn't it? Obviously, for in the interest of balance, is he actually a good footballer?
Yeah. Yes.
Salah. Yeah. Salah is class on the grass. He's absolutely brilliant, Mohamed Salah. People say that he doesn't even look good.
Nah, he doesn't. He's not aesthetically pleasing.
See, I think he is.
For me, it depends because I like direct football. So anyone that is direct, I enjoy watching it. I'm not saying it's as good as, or it looks as pleasing as, say, Eden Hazard or Lionel Messi, some of that. But I enjoy watching someone who's direct. So I wouldn't say he's bad on the ball or he's bad on the eye because I enjoy watching it. But it doesn't flow like poetry.
Yeah.
It doesn't like even Gareth. If you compare a Gareth Bale to a Neymar, Gareth Bale's very direct, run at you. Probably more essentially pleasing than Mo Salah.
Yes.
But he's not a Neymar. But I enjoy watching Gareth Bale because I like to see someone go down the wing first.
Mate, I hear you. It's a bit like this. Like, it depends what everyone's got a preference. I prefer like a Range Rover to a Lamborghini. Some people the other way around in terms of performance of like how it looks is actually prefer the way Range Rover looks as well, to be fair. But like, it depends what you're looking for. And I'm a bit like you. I like direct players. That's why I like Rashford over Martial, because I just like the way Rashford does it. Do you get what I mean? I love the way Messi Ronaldo plays, even Bruno to a degree. I just like that. And I think it's a preference thing. I like Bruno for that, man. PRT says here, my Champions League final prediction would be Bayern versus Ajax. To the ones who make fun of tapping goals too. The ones who make fun of tapping goals need to know how difficult it is. Just ask Timo. Or or Silva tonight. Bernardo Silva tonight, Mr. Tapping. Not always so easy. We missed. We've got some here. Joshua here says, I know we lost to Young Boys. Who did Real Madrid lose to? The sheriff in town. Honestly, it's like they've got Young Boys. We've got like kid dressing up as shit, like Woody and Buzz and them, man, over there doing their thing. The only people who like Salah are stat merchants, is what Wazza's got to say.
Come on, Wazza.
We could have had both Messi and Ronaldo in the Premier League, but City bottled it. Salah versus Grealish. Sorry, Salah versus Gerrard is the uncomfortable conversation we don't want to have as Liverpool fans. And I'm glad you've admitted that. Well done, you, because that's what it is. It's an uncomfortable thing, and you don't want to have it.
And it's also the one where who's the greatest Liverpool captain in the Premier League? Henderson or Gerrard?
Oh, it's Hendo.
Well, they don't want to have that conversation.
But they
either.
better have it.
They don't want to have
I
it.
will shout at them to have it. It's Hendo, without doubt.
Yeah.
Slippery Gerrard. Get out of it, man.
Mad. I want to get through some more of these super chats. Then we're going to go to your calls. There's so many coming through tonight. Hope you're enjoying the fact we're back. We will get the lighting a little bit better next time, but we spent more time trying to make sure the tech was going to work. Do you know what I mean? And stuff like that. Jerome says, Adam, read the comment properly. It says consistency. Liverpool won the league once, but with all of Salah's brilliance, they could not win the league.
I read it, bro. I don't know what you want me to do. I don't know what you're saying. I'm sorry.
I don't know either. Deborah here says, so excited. Messi put his goat suit on today. What a beautiful goal. It's great. Can you imagine? He goes home and he's got a onesie with that goat horns. He puts on like a little beard, like little mask with beard on. Well, we were saying about him earlier. No, we're not going to go into that on the air. Cheers, Debs. Hardip here says, Salah is pure class. Easily our best ever player in the Prem era. Yes, my brother. You know that makes sense.
Don't let Liverpool fans say that. They're going to come down.
He is Liverpool.
No, I'm saying don't let it come harder than they do on Sunday.
Sunny, brother. I know. The thing about Salah is that he is not flary. I thought I said hairy for a second. I was like, he's pretty hairy, you know. He waxes that chest, innit? You can never have that much hair on your face and have like a bald chest. Don't happen. I wish my head had hair and my chest was bald. Like, it's the other way around. Do you know what I mean? That's the thing. It all goes there. Samuel says the thing about Salah is he's not flary, but that's what makes him unpredictable on the ball. I hear you on that. Listen, I like what he does. I'm trying to catch up with
Would you say that Mane is flary?
No, Mane's direct for me.
Listen,
but I think Mane is one of the most unpredictable players that I've seen.
He is, because he doesn't know what he's going to do.
Bro, that guy is so unpredictable.
But this is how I know football fans today, for me, like, I'm not going to say they're wrong, but their mind is somewhere else for me. There was a little period where people were convinced, and maybe you were one of them, I don't know, that Mane was better than Salah and Neymar. Now, let's leave the Neymar one for a second. But because Mane, let's say, looked a bit better, or as he had the quick movements and all that, he's better. But I'm like, Salah is scoring goals and creating chances at a higher rate than Mane. Surely that's the most important thing in terms of judging whether someone's better or not, in terms of attackers, of course. We can say, I prefer to watch Mane than Salah. Fair enough, I can't argue with that. But to say he's better because he can shift
that's the maddest thing.
If you don't create a chance, then it doesn't make a difference.
My view is this. I always like boxing examples. I would, if there was a fight tonight, who like all world-class fighters, right? Mayweather versus Pacquiao, or Canelo versus, I'm going to say Canelo again, they beat him before, Amir Khan. I'm watching Amir Khan's fight. Do you know why? Because Amir Khan's chin makes it more fun to watch. Yeah. But the better two boxers as a combined fight is on the other one. So I don't care that they're the better two boxers. I want to watch the one where I'm like, it's why heavyweight boxing is the most popular weight category, because you can be getting outboxed like AJ was, but if he'd have actually decided, I mean, he never did. If he landed one bomb in the last, I've seen heavyweight fights. Remember Aldi Harrison once?
Wilder Fury, the first fight.
Yeah. Could have just ended there in the last moment. So it's that I like a bit of unpredictability. I like someone but one that's better, one that looks better, but I'd always pick the one who delivers the most. That's the thing for me.
The Mayweather Pacquiao one's probably perfect. People say Mayweather's boring. He's always defensive. He doesn't, and he wins all the time. So surely that makes him the best. Whether you enjoy watching or not, he wins. He's undefeated. So
absolutely. Comment here says, so Terry, I see you bringing stats all the time. Forget what Liverpool fans say about Mo. Based on stats, would you say he is the best in the Premier League? Why do you say he won't be recognized as great unless he is up there by fans? Because fans are what elevate the conversation. The reason, in my opinion, that the Silvers, the Agueros, etc., are never in this conversation. When best centre backs come up, you have to like force company in there, is because they don't have the fans that push that agenda with the same regularity. What's going to end up happening is Mo Salah's going to keep being this consistent. And there's going to come a point where more and more fans of Liverpool day by day go, you know what? You know how good he is Premier League era-wise, amazing. But if you don't want to admit that he's your best, he can't be the Premier League's best. It's impossible to be the Premier League's best or in the GOAT. And I'm talking about a man working towards GOAT conversations in the Premier League. Yes, he needs to win some more titles for Liverpool. That needs to happen before that. But he's doing everything else. He just needs to add the titles. He can never be in that conversation until he's your best.
We give an example. For what Vincent Kompany did for Man City before Van Dijk joined Liverpool, nobody was talking about Vincent Kompany being possibly with the best centre-back in the league. Van Dijk comes to Liverpool 1 year, they're like best centre-back ever, Premier League ever, because the Liverpool fans pushed it. That's the only reason. The Man City fans didn't push Kompany into that debate. Therefore, nobody had the debate. But now if you put it forward, you say, you have to analyze. You say, look, is he better? Is he not? It's always, fans are the heartbeat of football, whether we like it or not. We can look at all the stats we want, but in the end, people decide.
Yeah.
110%.
Ballon d'Or, PFA. We decide that.
Exactly. We're going to go through some more of these comments as quick as we can. I'm going to take your calls. Mario here says there isn't an uncomfortable conversation. Salah is Liverpool's greatest ever Premier League player. # you'll never walk alone. Neil O'Callaghan with a lovely €20 donation. Thank you, sir. He says LFC fans do know and recognize Salah as their greatest player. I think this is just rivals not wanting to acknowledge Salah as one of the greatest players in the world. Better than Neymar and up there with Ronaldo and Messi. So fair. Listen, as a fair. I mean, for me, I see more Liverpool fans downplaying Mo Salah than rivals, probably barring Chelsea fans who want to maintain the Hazard thing because of the era. Man United fans don't really have a dog in the fight because we haven't had anybody at his level during Mo Salah's kind of pomp. If Ronaldo and Salah were going head to head when Ronaldo was in his pomp, trust me, Man United fans would be playing him down. But that's why I'm saying fans have to elevate. You have to. The reason why City's players have always gone under the radar is they don't have enough fans like to make it trend. They just don't.
Yeah.
Keep the same energy, Neeks. Cole over Cantona. Cole over Cantona. 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 Yo, people, we had the problem. Javern's, I don't know what to call it. Javern's laptop just crashed. It had a glitch. So I will be back in a second. Back in a second. Did you not plug it in? It's cool. Can you all hear me? Can you all hear me? Let me know. Give me a yes if you can hear me. I don't even know what microphone this is picking up on here.
Well, I can still hear you.
Yeah. That's all working because we're plugged into that. I think you guys can hear me. I don't know what happened there.
Can they hear us?
I don't know. No, I need someone to say yes, please. No, I can see the comments on this. Yes, they can hear us. Yes, that's cool. We'll be back with you in just a second, people. Javern's laptop, I think, ran out of battery. Man didn't put his battery on.
No, it's still, it's half full, so I don't know why it's shut off.
Oh, wow.
It's just too much power, man.
There we go. We'll keep it.
Ronaldo said too much Messi.
Yeah, there we go. Mane is Balassi with an upgrade, with an upgraded operating system. Is what he's got to say there. There we go. Was Man City's head really in the game today, or were they still hungover from finally beating someone else?
Chelsea.
But there we go. We should be back. We're back with you now. It's all working. Oh, we lost so many viewers though. Go get everyone back, please. We lost like 700 viewers in one go there. My word. Was Man City's head really in the game? I've already had that one there. Robert here says, Terry, can I just hear Javern? Can you capture this, please? Javern, can you turn the laptop on, please? Is what we're gonna say here tonight. Thank you very much for that super chat, buddy. Seeing Neeks and Adam and the studio format is reminiscent of the UFF days. Just need have hope. I mean, he did get invited tonight. I don't know where he is, but he did get invited. I mentioned Ronnie and Eric's contributions, and you compare it to Salah. Come on, nobody rates Cole over them.
No, but the difference is, sorry, without Cantona won Man United Premier Leagues, as did Andy Cole. Gerrard did not win Liverpool any Premier Leagues. So the comparison is dead. The comparison's dead. I mean, find a Man United player, let's say, I know, Paul Pogba. He hasn't won Man United Premier League, so we're not going to put him above Andy Cole, Dwight York, Van Persie, even Chicharito. You can't put Paul Pogba.
Yo, man.
Well, you can't.
Yo, man.
Chicharito won us Premier Leagues. He won us Premier League. Well, he did.
I'm not gonna lie.
Paul Pogba hasn't done it.
I really like Chicharito.
He hasn't done it.
I
And he scored some big goals.
He did.
He scored some big goals. I'm not saying he's better than Paul Pogba, but for Man United, he was.
He was more impactful.
Yeah, of course.
Fair enough.
Chelsea fans will know this. Man scored
Definitely.
some crucial goals against you lot. I think his debut goal, he kicked against his face in the Community Shield. It was against Chelsea. So, yeah, man, you can't compare. Gerrard didn't win them a Premier League. Cantona won us 2. I think, so.
No, it is what it is. We're gonna go to some phone calls now. I want to get some people on to have their say. Mohamed Salah is the best Liverpool player in the Prem era, and Hendo is the better captain than Gerrard. But Gerrard will always be the guy. That's what Ty's got to say here. Make sure you've smashed that like and that share button for us tonight, people.
He's from there as well, isn't it, Gerrard?
Yes,
Yeah.
First caller of the night we're going to get onto the show with us is going to be, we're going to get John Hunter on the line. John Hunter's here. What you saying, bro?
Hello there, Teddy. Massive fan of the show. I think your show is fantastic.
Cheers, mate.
I'm a massive Liverpool fan, and I just want to say the performance tonight was absolutely fantastic.
I can imagine.
I thought we thought we were really professional. We absolutely destroyed Porto, and I think that was a massive statement by Liverpool tonight on us maybe winning the Champions League.
So you think you're going all the way, John?
Well, if you look at the league so far, we've won pretty much every game 3-0, except obviously last week when we drawn with Brentford. I think we're still in second gear, and I think the only reason why last year we were so bad was because of COVID. We had all the injuries, and I think now all the players are back and all the fans are back. Liverpool, it's the Liverpool that won the league the year before, basically.
But do you not think that your depth is going to be a problem later on in the season?
You know what? It could be if we got some key injuries. So, say for example, we lost Van Dijk again, we started losing our defenders again, and maybe Salah. Then yeah, but as long as we keep a few key players in the team, I think we'll be fine. As long as we keep Van Dijk, Alisson, Fabinho, and Salah, that's our main spine.
Fair.
I think we could cope with that.
Can I ask a question?
Curtis Jones was man of the match for me tonight.
Get into Curtis Jones in a second, because I mean you asked a question right at the beginning, but you said Liverpool are in second gear. Why do you think they're second gear? Because I'm looking at it like this is the Liverpool that won the league. And the Liverpool that won the league weren't in second gear. So why do you think what you're saying in second gear? You think there's more to come?
What I mean by that, we haven't hit first top gear yet. We're still finding our form and finding our feet this year. They're still getting used to all the fans being back, and they're just getting more and more games under the belt. We're going to hit gear, I reckon, around about November time, and we're just going to start destroying teams. And I was watching the show before the season started, because I love your show, Terry. I think it's brilliant.
Cheers, mate.
And all the Chelsea fans and Man U fans and all, they were saying, we're going to finish fourth again because we were so bad last year. In my opinion, I don't only think we're going to win the league. I think we're going to do it by about 20 points. Then we're just
Whoa!
20
no,
points.
honestly.
Maybe you get 20 points all season.
20 points. Why so confident? I mean, that is a huge margin.
As long as we don't get any, because it's the same team that won the league the year before last. It's the same players.
Okay, but are Man City, Chelsea, Man United the same teams in the season that you won.
Okay,
The league. Chelsea are better.
I'll tell you the problems you got with our competitors. Okay, Man U, you've got some top players, but Solskjaer is not a good enough manager, I think, to go and like win the league. Guardiola has done it before, and I think at times, I think he's missing like one or two key players. I think they need like a top goal scorer, and I think at times they struggle, and I think they're going to drop points. Chelsea are probably our closest rivals in my opinion, but I still think that we're still a class above them, and I think that it's going to finish us smashing the league, and it's going to be a battle between Chelsea and City for second, and then Man U are going to be like close.
The comment here, bruv, that says, "Is this Sonny's dad?" Listen, mate, great call, John. Thanks for coming on and having your say. Really appreciate it, buddy. Thank you.
All right, nobody.
Top man, thank you.
Can we? Yeah. So I just want to ask.
Yeah.
I've been told many a time by more than one person that Curtis Jones is a generational talent. I want to know whether both of you or either of you agree.
Javan, capture this.
I just want to know.
No, he's very good. He's very, very, very good. But generational is, again, if we're going to look at a benchmark for generational talent, Wayne Rooney stands to mind as an example. You've got to be doing some similar things. And it's interesting for like a lot of people don't even like Mason Greenwood being called generational, but if you look at the amount of goals he scored as a teenager, it's one of the greatest in Manchester United's history, and he's doing it in one of the worst teams in our history. You can imagine this Greenwood in a peak Fergie team, like it would have been absolutely killer. So look, I think Curtis Jones is very, very good, but he's a midfielder. So if he's going to be a generational midfielder, is he as good as Gerrard was at that age, who was generational?
Is he even as good as Jude Bellingham?
No, he's nowhere near Bellingham. No, he's not. He's not.
If of that class,
if we're talking about generation,
yeah, Jude is the leader. So
how close is he to him?
I just want to know. Do other Liverpool fans think the same? Because, like I said, I've been told on several occasions by several people,
Bruv,
that he is generational.
Too many people now throw the generational talent tag around. Like Callum Hudson-Odoi was the new Rooney 2 years ago. Like it just is what it is, and it gets thrown around. There was once upon a time some pleb who once said that Rashford could reach Henry's level. I don't know who said that. Like I don't know. Like some idiot said that one time.
More than once.
What I actually said. If you're going to misquote me on that one, make sure that like button is being smashed, people. Joshua here says, communist Merseyside crushed your laptop. Also, how did AWB get a red card and not KDB? Yeah, listen, it's a travesty. I mean, it was one of the worst tackles you'll see. I mean, look at that. It is a legitimate. I need to take the comment off the screen so we can see it. It's a legitimate leg breaker. It's a leg breaker tonight. KDB should be banned for at least 3 games. I mean, Sonny wants him arrested, I've heard. Sonny just wants to check Aganagay's ID first to make sure he's if he's under 18. But you look at that tackle, and it's absolutely horrendous. It's a stonewall red card as far as I'm concerned. Right, let's do some. Obviously, got a super chat here that says, "Give it time." Phil Jones was once a generational talent, according to Fergie. He was.
No, but look, you said according to Fergie. According to the Premier League, when he was at Blackburn doing bits, people were saying John Terry, he's going to be England's leader at the back. So Fergie, obviously, we as the leaders in the Premier League, we went and got him. But people thought he was a damn good player, and he was talented as a youngster.
So he's still at Manchester United
now. Apparently,
he's
still
as much as I do. Do you know how bad we as in fans disrespect him? Just turns out he's had a 21-month-long injury that could have stopped him from ever being able to play football again. The irony in that is, fans are like, can't sell him, crap ball. Now I slag our ball off. But it turns out man had a 21-month-long injury. That's why he weren't sold.
Who's buying him?
No one wants him anyway. And then man had a 21-month injury problem that could have ended his career.
On 80 grand a week.
80 grand a week. That's the thing I always say to people. Wait until like the dust has settled before you go mental about who and why you don't sign people.
Because I don't want to talk about, but it's like there's no way you could convince me that any of those managers were like, I want Phil Jones, therefore we're gonna keep it. Like the reason why we didn't sell him wasn't because any manager wanted him. We couldn't sell him. That's as simple as that. We could not sell him because he was unsellable. But people say, oh yeah, Ollie's fault why he signed, Jose's fault why he signed. No, Man United gave him a new contract because they were hoping that after his injury, they can make some money of it. That's a bad business.
Yeah, that's it at the end of the day. Absolutely spot on there. Travon here says you cannot be generational at the start of your career. Has to be evident over a decade for F's sake. Now, do you know what I would say about that?
Okay.
Is you only know whether you were generational based on a decade into your career. I think again it becomes a language thing. There's lots of players that have they've got the talent or the base to become those generational talents. But it is about that. Francis Jeffers was another that everybody thought was going to be. I'll tell you another player who they thought was going to be amazing, championship player. David Nugent.
Oh yeah.
There was kids won't remember how much people loved and wanted David Nugent around. David Nugent was the guy. He was the man. He was who everybody was hunting down and going after. We have another super chat here. Red card. It's disgusting. Jay, one of our members says, SS says Messi needs a world-class team to perform. Otherwise, he could go invisible. Ronaldo ain't that. See, he does so good with Man United. And I mean, there is an element of truth in that. There's an element of truth in that.
I think there is. And I think for both, like they're 35 and 37 years old. They're going to need help. Like it is what it is. They're going to need help. But people like to believe that Messi can still do what he used to do. He cannot. We saw today he's walking all game.
He is.
Until he gets the ball, then he comes alive.
Yep.
Ronaldo just gets the ball further out the pitch.
That's it.
He's just walking all game. And then when he comes into the final third, he comes alive.
Yeah. And I think what it comes down to as well, massively in these situations is I think a lot of Messi boys are panicking because we all know that Man United's team isn't as good. And the manager is nowhere near Poch's level. And if Ronaldo outperforms him in a harder league with a worse team and a worse manager, it's over. A huge dent. It's a huge dent. It's a huge dent. It really is. Terry missed I missed two of your super chats. Really? Let me go and find these super chats. One here says Terry missed my super chats. I saw that. I was like, okay, yes, I did. I might be able to scroll back and find that. I do miss them sometimes because the screen moves quick. I found it. Kante is. Can you stop doing that? Whatever you're doing, can you stop?
It's catching me by surprise.
Man's playing with a magnet, you know. He got me 5 guys earlier, so that's all good. And honestly, these lights are making me look even bolder than I really am, bro. Honestly, every time I see myself on a monitor, the depression creeps in even more. Like he says here, Kante is way past Salah over the Premier League best era players. Kante is second only to Cristiano Ronaldo.
I'm willing to.
Premier League era.
I'm willing.
Yeah.
I mean, no, but wait, he's not even Chelsea's greatest Premier League player, let alone the greatest ever. Sorry.
He's definitely top.
I'm putting Lampard above, and I'm putting
Terry.
even in his era, I'm putting Hazard above him.
Of Kante.
Yes. Hazard was robbed of the 2017 PFA Player of the Year award because they gave it to Kante for 2 seasons. Because he didn't get it at Leicester and Mahrez got it. Then he moved to Chelsea and won it. And they said, well, you know what? He probably might have deserved it last year. And he was pretty good this year. Let's give it to him. Hazard was Chelsea's best player in 2017 and 2015 when they won.
Fair.
He should have had 2. Kante's world class, don't get me wrong. But he's not the first. He's not going to be the last world class player to come in and win Premier League titles. He's a very, very good player. But sorry. No, of course he is. He's world class. But for me, Hazard is the reason why Chelsea won their Premier Leagues. Kante was important, but so was Matic, so was Fabregas, so was Costa. Hazard was the key.
Hear you on that. KJ's joining us next. We've got a question soon about the Invincible as well, but KJ's here with us. Ram still to come on the show with us now, but smash the like and share button, people. Yes, KJ, what you saying, bro?
I ain't ready, Rob. That's what I'm saying.
Not ready. Man had his pants down. We're going to go to Ram instead. Ram's here. What you saying, Ram?
Yo, what's up, guys? It's nice to see the so-called not Fan Park Live studio back up and running. You know what I'm saying? It's a nice throwback, But on with the football. Everyone's saying that I heard that it was a very confident and good display from Liverpool. I think it was good, but FC Porto didn't hold their heads up high because they were very, very bad. The goalkeeper was one of the reasons why we scored about four out of the 5 goals that we scored. And their defense was absolutely shocking. It could have been 9 or 10-1 if we were that clinical. So yeah, I would say that it was a good performance, but not as good as what it was made out to be.
You lot beat Porto. You lot battered Porto a lot recently, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like our second home. I think the last one was 4-1, and the season before that was 5-0.
So it's
I'll
not.
just- sorry, go on.
go on. It's not enough to say that you think you're gonna get to the final like John Hunter
And win the league by 20
and
points.
win the league by 20.
Well, my thought process is that I think Bayern Munich are still the favourites above everyone else, even above PSG. I think
Sabitzer.
no, not because of Sabitzer, not because of Sabitzer. It's just everything. Julian Nagelsmann being there, the team is strengthened, and it's also the same crop of players that won the treble or the sextuple the last couple of seasons. So I still will pick Bayern Munich over everyone else, even over PSG. I'm not very fond of Mauricio Pochettino, and I think that team needs time to gel. And I think it's just not it.
Interestingly, as well, yeah. I mean, I've just looked at the stats because I kind of had the game on. 3 errors leading to goals tonight, 2 from the goalkeeper, and also Curtis Jones didn't get 4 assists. He's officially only got 2 assists. So someone,
They're not generational. All right.
I mean, I don't think. I think generational is for players that are
Generation.
generation, like the Michael Owens back in the late 90s. Obviously
Overrated.
Messi and Ronaldo.
remember,
Kylian Mbappe and Haaland.
swear,
I want
even when you think of Michael Owen, I don't even know if he ever scored over 20 league goals in one campaign.
He didn't. I think got 18 a few times. But he was a generational talent at the time.
Yeah, but
He didn't become the player.
Yeah,
You know what I mean, he won a
Yeah.
Ballon d'Or so young. So you're like, but he should
in
have
terms
gone
of
on
his
and-
career,
He didn't.
Luke Chadwick surpasses it. So at the end of the day,
This guy.
it's true. We're going to throw a few more callers in now. We have got a question though as well. We're going to bring KJ and we're going to get Cam in. We're going to
KJ,
get
put
man
your
like
pants on,
Zane.
man. Put your
Yeah,
pants
KJ has got his. Hang on, he's just finishing his little fish finger sandwich. He's going to be on in a minute. But we've got a comment here. If the invincible Arsenal team were in the Premier League this season, how would they be doing?
What did he say? 20 point. I say about a 40-point gap. Something like that. Nah, they be doing their thing, man. Like the league is strong. I think
What's that? Fifth.
Nah, absolutely not fifth.
Sixth.
Nah, they'd be challenging for the top.
Would it be above Arteta's?
Oh, without doubt.
Listen, let's get the rest of the panel on now to have their say. Yes, Jess, everyone, how you all doing?
Yo, listen, let me clarify a few things. I'm not eating fish fingers, fam. You know what I'm saying? I did have fish today, though. Like, just let people know I did have fish, but not fish fingers, people. And 2, you know what, yeah? I saw people giving bare grief to Poch today. And I'm like, why? Because last time we played, they played Man City, they lost.
Yep.
And I swear, when managers have a game plan and they win the game, they're the ones that should be praised. Surely it's the team that failed to score, who miss open goals, and lose the game, should be the ones getting criticized. I've seen more slander for Poch than I have for Pep today. It makes no sense.
When there's agendas, like agendas override people's logic. So it's like they're stuck in a mire thinking, okay, where do I go now? Because I had my pre-planned tweets and everything that I was going to say. And now I can't say it. You know what? Let me say it anyway because it's football Twitter. Like, he had a game plan. Let you have the ball. I've got Mbappe, Neymar, and Messi. And then just a game to break up. We will hit you on the counter attack.
But what are people saying to give Poch grief?
They were just saying, "Oh, is this the Poch? Like, what is Poch doing? He's a fraud." You know what I mean? Because he's not going out there openly dominating Man City, one of the best teams in the world. All of a sudden, he's a fraud for not doing that. That makes no sense. He had a game plan. He flipping won the game, and that's all that should matter. That's all that should matter. Like literally, Pep's getting no slander for this. How's Pep not getting no slander for this? How is he not broken this team down? Because if Poch is a fraud, surely Pep should be good enough to beat him with that squad that he's got.
So
Do you know what? It's the
it's
Messi.
hilarious.
He's in his squad.
I'm not
Because
gonna
Messi's in
lie.
his squad, bro. That's why.
So
Hang on. Go on, Cam.
I'm not gonna lie. I was keeping the camera up because I wanted the authentic experience. years ago when you did this, I couldn't call in because I needed to get a calling card. And I was like, I'm not spending money on a calling card to call into this show. Now I'm dropping 100 quid on LFC to beat Porto because that was the easiest money anybody could make today. Sorry, the odds were like minus 100. That's insane, guys. Like, insane. Anyway, I just wanted the experience to be on the show properly, but feels like the new stuff now. So I brought my friend.
Sorry, Cam, can I ask a question?
Sorry, Cam. Sorry to disappoint you, mate. Fucking hell.
What does minus 100 mean?
So minus 111 means you have to bet $111 to win $100. For me,
even
the fact that basically even. So when you look at a team like Liverpool versus Porto, and as you said, Rab, like you guys own them, and I know this, and I was just sitting there, and I'm like, I woke up this morning, I'm like, well, I'm putting as much money as I can right now on this one because it was easy money. Like is that
111 profit or 11 profit?
111 profit.
Okay, yes,
profit, right? So you got to bet quite a bit, but if you think it's a lock, which I did. I mean, I don't see how anybody couldn't have that.
Five on that and get 5 guys off.
And then you look at. I didn't know you guys had 5 guys over there too. That's cool.
Hell yeah, man.
So PSG City as well. PSG weren't the favorites, and I don't understand how. I don't get it. I'm sorry. I understand Pep's a great manager. City's a good team, but you have Messi in your home. How are you not the favorites? To me, like people giving anybody stick in this game.
Crazy.
Pep. It's
legitimately crazy, and I get KJ's point about like giving like Pep stick and everything else, but like they were beat by a very, very good team tonight. At the same time, though, I have to say about City, they just look a bit toothless right now. Like legitimately look toothless. I'm not overtly impressed with just how they're playing football. Yes, they had some chances to score tonight. There's no doubt, but that's the point. They keep missing in these games. And I know they've had some games that have scored higher, but the acid tests are they have to win the Champions League this year or next. I know that he's kind of come out and said that he's not leaving in 2 years' time. Very weird that he said it in the bloody interview. It's not like an interpretation quote. It's like I'm leaving in 2 years. I think he maybe said it and it off the record, and they're probably something's happened. But like he has to win it irrespectively. So you sort of look at it and think to yourself, you've gone and signed Grealish. You've got no goal scorer. Sterling has barely scored a goal for 12 months. Mm-hmm. They're in absolute trouble right now. And again, when you look at PSG, I maintain what Jess said yesterday. I think Jess is right still. I still have concerns over them in relation to today. They were really disciplined. They kept their shape and they kept them doing things in the right way. But I do get this feeling that could fall apart at any minute.
If Bernardo Silva takes that chance, how do PSG react? We don't know.
Yeah. And like you've seen it before when they have to chase a game, they do some stupid stuff like Paredes and Idrissa Gana Gueye last season. They both got red cards for such stupidity. So we haven't seen him in a really pressurized situation yet in the Champions League.
I personally feel like their performance was very good, but that's because it was Man City. Like what they drew to Bruges, you know what I mean? I feel like because they knew it was such an important game, it was such a big game, the players put aside their ego by the looks of it and actually just decided to play the game plan to win the game, and they did that.
I don't know about that, Neymar was doing rainbow flicks, bro.
Yeah, but that's Neymar in general. Neymar with zero ego is still doing rainbow flicks against anyone. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just the way. That's just him.
Like Neymar was back defending.
He was. But remember, nothing surprised me. Neymar groped his own mum. Like a man who gropes his own mum's buttocks, and that is not slanderous. I've seen it.
There's a guy called Biscuit who did that.
Biscuit, Biscuit.
UK Z-list celebrity.
Biscuit.
Yeah,
influencer.
Do you know what, bro?
Grabbed his mum's bum.
Yeah.
Little
stroke, and then look at the camera like whoa.
Oh, listen, it was mad. It was very, very mad. And the thing, man was smiling. And we're like, bruv, that's your mum, my brother. Like
when he said Biscuit, for a second, I was like, is that the name of Michael Jackson's kid? And it's not Blanket. Blanket. I was like, Biscuit? I didn't know he had a mum. I was like, oh, wow, what's going on here? Zane's here with us. Your team won. What do you want to say, Zane?
All right, I want to touch about the PSG Man City game. I've recorded it because I want to watch it because from my point of view, I wanted to see what PSG are really all about because obviously, they're in the Farmers League, their quality is not good. They're going against a proper, Premier League team. It's group stage. There's no pressure about knockout and all that kind of stuff. So it'd be a fair, no pressure from both sides. Let's see what really happens. So obviously I heard the bits about they missed City missed the chances, but I find it quite interesting that Man City really didn't, step up and do what they needed to do to show how serious they are in the Champions League. Because PSG, everyone's been on him about Messi not playing well. He turned up in this game, but I'm looking forward to watching this game because I want to see if PSG are true contenders for the Champions League this season. Because like I said, I don't trust the French league, so this was a good barometer to see how they are. And some of you guys have watched the game today. Do you feel PSG could go all the way this year? Because they say every year, oh, PSG could do it. Do you feel with Messi now, they could take it?
Well, I think it's literally the Messi factor. Barcelona in the last few years should have been nowhere near a Champions League final. They got to a couple semi-finals in a row, and it was generally Messi dragging them through it. And then Messi pops up with a goal today, and it makes PSG fans, maybe the players, and myself believe that if he turns up, that's what he can do. And it's a knockout competition, so you only need a few moments after the group stage, and you could be in a semi-final. And when you get that close, anything can happen.
Yeah. I think.
Go on, Ram. Go on, bro.
I was going to say, I think it's difficult to judge a team like a team that's going to go. You can say they're going to win the Champions League because the best example I can give is Liverpool winning in 2018-19, where in the group stages we weren't that good. We had to rely on a last-minute save from Alisson, and then it only took until the game against Bayern Munich to say, Liverpool are the real deal in terms of going on and winning the Champions League.
I think, you know what it is? You are right in that regard. A lot's got to happen between now and then, but PSG for the last 3, 4, 5 years have had the personnel and the players to win it. It's the mentality. And I think the same with City. There's this mentality. Winning the Champions League sometimes is about having a big pair of bollocks. It's about saying, we will go and do this. Interestingly, LFC suddenly doesn't think history or your club's heritage plays any part in it. I think that it does. I think it does in the sense of
this LFC Sunny guy.
You know he is.
Dummy.
Skinny tall white dude, funny hair.
Brother, I don't need that.
He's quite tall, He's quite tall.
I swear you've met him.
He's the guy. No, Adam weren't here that week. He's the guy that said that Klopp ruined his legacy by playing Divock Origi.
He said Nat Phillips should be in the England.
Nat Phillips should be in the England team.
I've never met anyone who's that.
But yeah, so it's one of them things to me where I do think it plays a part. And the one thing I would say about PSG and City is that they haven't stepped up. And I can't speak for PSG, but when it comes to City, I remember when me and Neeks, man like Ramsey, Jay was there, Javerne, and I want to say Yannicka was there. She might not have been. But we had Man City fan Ray met us outside the Tottenham Stadium. Yeah. And it was like, you want to win it and everything. This was literally on the eve of the very famous VAR semi-final. We did a preview outside the stadium. And he was just like, but us City fans don't care. And if you don't care, it gives your players a get out of jail free card. Liverpool players want to do it. Liverpool fans want it. Man United fans want it. Barca and Real Madrid fans want it. And when the team is good enough, but they also have, for me, the courage and are courageous enough to grab the ball by the horns and go for it, you can get it done. It is a mentality thing as well. And that's the one thing that I'm not sure about when it comes to PSG is whether or not they have the mentality to stand up when it matters and deliver. That's what's missing.
Every player that joins Liverpool knows how important the Champions League is to the fans. So you join there with the expectation that I have to deliver, especially at Anfield in the Champions League. Yeah. When you join Man City, what do the fans demand of their players? I think a lot of Man City fans are just happy to be in the discussion, be at the table. That they're like, man, whatever happens, happens. Because I've seen worse. We were in League 2 a few years ago.
Yeah, it's that chip on the shoulder, isn't it? It's that chip on the shoulder they got, isn't it? Like they're part of Manchester, but they're not. It's all about Man United in Manchester. Do you get me? So I feel they play on that a lot. Do you know what I mean? In terms of, don't expect to us. We were, we were nearly relegated from the division. We're in a small stadium now. Look at us now. So, they're always. I think with Man City fans, they seem to always have this chip on their shoulder, and they're always trying to find a reason to get out of, don't put it on us. That's not us. We're a small club.
But what Terry said there was big, though, because championship experience matters in any sport, and Liverpool, this team did it, right? So now they have to be one of the favorites because they've done it. This team, that team that's currently there.
Yeah, do what count?
So for them, when they get to the semis, if they get there or whatever, they're not going to be looking at it like, oh, we need to, like, they're going to be like, we've been here before, do it, you know what to do. And that's a big difference. That mental part, being like, we've been here and we've done this, that's what gives them a bit of an edge. If we get further and we see it like City, some other team, PSG or whatever, Liverpool will be able to look at all of them and say, all right, let's go again. That's the difference.
Yeah, no, I hear you on that. And before the end of the show, there is another super chat here I want to touch on here that says, "Is KDB past his best?"
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
I think it's on a decline. Yeah.
He's gone past his prime now. He's now starting to dip. This is the.
He's on his decline.
Do you know what I love about it? I think he's a coward. I think he's a coward. He was at his best until Bruno Fernandes turned up.
I knew.
Bruno Fernandes, you know that meme where the guy's like, "I'm in your manor. I'm here. I'm walking about doing my thing." Whatever it is the guy says.
I'm in your ends. I'm around. Yeah.
As soon as Bruno turned up and did that, KDB went all ginger and pale and he wants to go, bruv. Like he's finished. Nah, look, he's a. You guys really think he's past his best?
Yeah,
He's on the decline.
But you have to remember, his best is the best midfielder in the world.
Yeah.
And I think right now he's going, he's starting to decline a little bit, just a little.
I think it's clear.
Injuries is a big
I mean, the
thing.
numbers. What the numbers say all, don't they? The numbers. Do you know what I mean? The assists and the goals are not as effective as he was past couple of seasons.
No, I think when he's playing, he's as good. Yeah. But the issue is, as the seasons are going on, he's probably, I'm not gonna say playing less and less, but you're getting those more injuries coming. Where it's like, well, is he as effective for us this season as he was last year? If you're gonna play less games, 10 less games. I don't have the numbers.
Also, if you're talking about numbers, we need to realize City aren't scoring like they were or as freely as they were. They're hitting like 7 and 8 versus Stoke a couple of years ago.
He scored against Wickham. That's it this season.
Yeah. But the assists, they're not racking up as fast because City aren't scoring as much. But I promise
You know what it is, though? You know what it is? I feel like
he's doing numbers again.
I feel like a lot of teams have copped onto what Kevin does. Now, whether you can stop it or not, that's a different question. But we know he's going to go into that right inside channel, the right outside channel in the midfield, and whipping a dirty cross. But if you can stop that supply line, Kevin De Bruyne's numbers do reduce because a lot of his assists are from that kind of area because that's how Man City play.
Yeah. Do you know what I would say as well on top of that? I think it's a great point. What I would also say is he was getting spoken about 2 years ago as, better crosser than Beckham, one of the best creators ever in the Prem. And I think it's always fair to have those things, but the longevity element then plays a part when you're comparing the greatest. And he had like a 3-year period where he was in the Prem, like killing it. That isn't long enough for me. Like I put Gerrard above him as a midfielder in the Premier League era. Lampard's above him. Scholes is above him. I even put, Beckham was great for a longer period of time. And if he is, by the way, on the decline, he might turn it around and then just have a resurgence. He's only 30 years of age. If he does a bit of a Rooney, a bit of a Fabregas and hits 30 and falls off the edge of a cliff, it is highly damaging in terms of that, with no Champions League medal as well. Like that's a big thing when it comes to legacy. It's very hard to be the GOAT without one. I think that's why we're going to start pushing for there to be a changing of the guard of GOATs very soon in the Premier League. I think it has to happen because it's got to be somewhere the Champions League is the GOAT. It has to be.
So are we saying if Mo Salah wins another Prem
that's not what we said.
and a Golden Boot, he goes above Henry because he's won the Champions League? Do you know what I mean? Is that what you're saying?
I'm just saying, what do you mean?
That means
I think it's got to be
certain people aren't going to get
I think
are not being drawn.
Henry's got Champions League.
He has got a Champions League. Yeah.
But there's another.
I would say there's one rule you need to be in the conversation with GOAT. You've got to have scored in a final.
Fair enough.
Otherwise, you can't be in the conversation. RIP to Roger Hunt, true Liverpool legend. Sonny Shush. Listen, RIP to Roger Hunt, of course, big Liverpool player.
Terry, can I make a point about the Liverpool fan that rang at the start, John, what his name was or whatever, right? I have a problem with these kind of fans, do you know what I mean? Because when I talk to other rivals, a lot of them either hate Arsenal, but they hate Liverpool more. And I say, why do you hate Liverpool? And he goes, it's your fans. And it's those kind of fans that just gas the thing up too much, bruv. It's like, chill out, relax, bruv. Just You know what I mean? You're talking about, you talked about Hendinho a couple of seasons ago, like he's like some Brazilian god or something. Now they're trying to big up Curtis Jones. Let the brother breathe. He's a young kid, man. Do you get me? And also Trent as well. He's 21. How can he be the best defender in the world? He don't even know anything yet, bruv. He's got to give him another 5-6 years. Learn his trade. It annoys me, bruv, because they're just putting these guys up. Go on.
Yeah, Zach, I got a question for you, bro. Did you also record the Liverpool game as well, or did you actually watch that one? Because I don't trust you right now. I'm just saying that.
Zane is a Liverpool fan. Zane is definitely like a QPR fan or something. You know what I mean?
No. Do what it is for me because I'm old, bro. I'm old.
Sorry, guys. We're coming towards the end, and it probably wouldn't be Not Fan Park Live without this gentleman joining us now for the show to have his say. My stalker is back, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my God.
Safe. What are you saying, Safe?
Yeah.
Is that a trim?
Yeah, man. It's a trim, yeah.
Oi, show us the sides. Show us the sides, bro. Hey. Jeez.
Yes,
25 pounds, bro.
25 quid.
Wait, what?
Hang on, bro. You could have had a skinhead for a $5 and it's
you got violated.
No, man. No.
Hang on a minute.
I have a Romanian lady that trims my hairline.
Okay. Hang on a minute. Is that all she does for you?
Yeah, and she shaves my beard. I do waxing, everything.
Wax? What do you wax? What do you wax? What do you wax? What do you wax?
My arms, my legs, chest.
Your back's like a crack.
Hang on a minute. Why do you wax your arms? You're a man.
I know, but I mean,
are you a swimmer or something?
He likes to be slick.
Hold on.
Hairline.
He likes to be smooth when he's Romanian lady.
Right? It's when the police, right? When they grab him, when they catch him in the bush, he can just slide away quicker, no friction. No, I'm gonna mess him, bro. Let me see the top of your head, bro. Let me see the top of your head.
Come on, sir.
Listen, hairline, yeah. Woman don't like me that right?
Yeah, my God.
Woman like me that have smooth arms and legs, okay, hairline. So you need to understand this because you haven't got proper hairline yet. Don't come here and take the piss out of me.
I think your trim is very nice. £25 worth it, bro.
No, your hair does look good, brother. And honestly, I am looking for donations for my hair transplant. Can I borrow some from your eyebrows?
Of course. As soon as you invite me to your show, then I'll give it to you.
You give me your eyebrows. You want to come to the football terrace in here?
Yes.
I think
Adam Charles said he'll come pick you up.
That's fine. Anyone.
I love it. What you here to say, bruv? What you here to say?
Can I talk about Oli if I'm allowed?
Yeah.
Okay. Oli needs to get a sack immediately. I've been saying this for the past 24 months that Oli isn't a good manager.
Man's been waiting for Fan Park Live to come back.
Yep. I've been saying this. I've been saying that Rolando is the wrong signing. I would not have signed Rolando. You can look at Man United team; they are unbalanced when we have Cristiano Ronaldo playing football. Because other players say, "Oh, we have a top goal scorer, Ronaldo. Let's pass the ball to him." The guy is a flop. What did he do against Aston Villa?
Ronaldo's a flop.
Yes, he is a flop because that penalty kick here, Bruno Fernandes should have scored here. Ronaldo gave him so much pressure. It was really
Reason why Fernandes
missed the penalty.
You're safe. You're telling me that the reason why Bruno missed, it wasn't because Bruno bottled it. It wasn't because Emi Martinez put it off. It's because Ronaldo was breathing down his neck.
Yes.
Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, because that's what Ron said. If you go to Ligue 1's football channel and see what Ligue 1 has said, what Ron has said on Ligue 1's channel, that Rolando is a flop and Manchester United are not going to win anything under Cristiano Ronaldo.
Hang on a minute.
Because
I respect Rance. Rance is very good at what he does. What's your brain?
That's my opinion. That's my opinion. I believe if we didn't sign Ronaldo and we signed Declan Rice here, we would have been more balanced than having Cristiano Ronaldo.
Fair. That's a decent argument.
Balance.
I hear it.
But it doesn't make Ronaldo a flop. or
No,
he's the
that's
reason
true.
why Mr. Pele.
Yeah,
I mean,
you know what?
Messi.
Safe.
If we sign Messi, Messi is a better player than Ronaldo.
Safe. I've got one more call to do. Thank you for coming on, Safe, and having your say. Really appreciate it, bro. Welcome back to Not Fan Park Live. Mohammed's here with us. What you saying, Mohammed?
Hello, Terry. How are you?
Very well, my friend.
Yeah, just talking about the Liverpool game today. Yeah, I think it was a good performance overall going into the going into the City game. I think we've got we just need to make sure we just go into the game on the front foot against City. I'm not sure who's going to play in the right back though. I don't know if Arnold's going to be fit or not because I wouldn't want Milner to play like right back against Grealish. I'd rather have like Gomez right back, something along those lines.
They don't look good. Trent, I don't think Trent's going to be playing. I don't think Trent will be good. Fit enough.
That'll probably help really defensively, won't it?
Yeah, Milner will play because he got rested. He got taken off. 30 minutes left, Milner. So he's probably going to be playing.
You said he got arrested.
Yeah. I was like, what's he done? Done a bit of done something. Listen, Mohammed, thank you for coming on. Everyone that's tuned in tonight, a massive thank you to each and every single one of you.
What's happened to the Man United, Mohammed? You know the one that used to rant.
I don't know,
They're
bro.
hiding, bro.
I hope he's all right.
Yeah, because of everything that's gone on in the last 18 months.
don't
You know what I
know,
mean? Since the last Fan Park Live ever happened, like so much has happened to the world. Like I lost my hair. There's been a pandemic. I think I had 2 kids.
Yeah, 2, bro.
2 children in that time.
Wow.
He was busy during the pandemic, bro.
Yeah, listen, I'm gonna go and be depressed off camera. I'm only joking. Love my kids, everyone who's tuned in tonight. Thank you. Back tomorrow, not with this setup, back at the home studio tomorrow. We will be bringing more and more of these back as time moves forward, and try and get some more of you into the studio and whatnot. Onwards and upwards. Thank you for tuning in. Smash that like and that share button. Until next time, take care. Goodbye. God bless.